Hello, welcome back. If this is your first time here, thanks for stopping by. Here we discuss, we study, and we add knowledge so that we may know more and be more. We've had such a beautiful past couple of weeks discussing the concepts, if you may, of the overnight success. Personally, when we have these discussions, it really does elevate my mind, my understanding of certain things, even things I thought I knew. Because of these discussions, I feel refreshed and look at them from a different perspective. Don't mind that I'm leading us in the discussion. It really impacts me as a person, and I'm so grateful for you. You are the reason why we're having these discussions, and my earnest desire is that you find these discussions useful and you find ways to implement them in your life and you get the results that you're after. So, thank you. I really appreciate you for returning over and over again to be a part of these discussions that we've been having. I really do appreciate you. So, as you already know, you are the sponsor. Without you, there will be no discussion. So, as we proceed with today's discussion about the reason why you are an overnight success, or the reason why you will be termed an overnight success, go ahead, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn on your notification, and just begin to share. There's so much for us to talk about. Well, not so much. Today's video is like the nutshell. We're wrapping things up today. So why would you be termed an overnight success and not the other person? Just one singular reason. That's what moves the needle. That's what happens when the rubber hits the road. That's what separates the boys from the men, if you may. I'm just looking for ways to let you know that this is the crux of the matter. After all is said and done, after the desire, the fancy desire, after the decision has been made, after the ginger, if you may, to be dedicated to the goals, after all the reflections, the introspections, the contemplations, after all the fancy writings and talkings, one thing will make the difference and hand your results to you on a platter, if you may. And that is action. Action speaks louder than every word you may utter or every intention you may have. Your action. So, your overnight success is powered. Your overnight success story, rather, is powered by action. Do you know that the reason why the other overnight success who stumbled upon some good fortune and you is that your overnight success is backed by action. You started doing before you were noticed, and you kept doing after you were noticed. Did you get what I mean? Your action began behind closed doors, and then suddenly, limelight. Oh, who is she? Who is he? Where'd they come from? But you didn't stop. In fact, you doubled down after your results came to light. Action is what separates the wheat from the chaff. Why am I full of proverbs today? I don't even know. Anyway, here's what I'm trying to say. You have to do the work. No, there is a work to be done. Put your hands to the plow and just keep moving. There's a work to be done. The action you take here is continuous, consistent. We don't arrive. A successful person never says they have arrived. No, it's a journey that has plenty destinations. So when you get to one destination, you just change course and keep moving. There's never a time that you pitch tent at a destination and say, I've arrived. Because the law of depreciation begins to take place the moment you dust your shoes and hang them. So you must take action. You plan, you strategize, and then you execute. That's how it works. You must execute the plan, and you strategize and re-strategize and execute again. That's how it works. But you must do the do. Emerson says, do the deed and it will give you power. So the power comes from doing. Action builds confidence. Action builds momentum. Action brings clarity. Action brings expertise. Action begets action. The more you do, the better you get. The more you want to do, the better you keep getting. You see, it's continuous. So action cannot be overemphasized. The importance of taking action can never be overemphasized. Make the calls you need to make. Read the books you need to read. Attend the training. Sign up and show up for the courses. Build the team. Record the videos. Whatever. Any and everything to move the needle and get you closer to your goal that you have to do. You must do it. Today's video is not long, honestly. The summary of all of the gist we started having from the very first video about overnight success is that the action is what brings the success. The reason why the so-called overnight success is sustained and even multiplied is because the action is consistent. You took action before, you took action at the time that you were noticed, you continue to take action afterwards. The other overnight success just was on their own, jeje, drinking their water and minding their business, and success just slammed on them. They weren't doing anything prior to then, and they may not bother doing anything thereafter. So the success comes in and goes out just as quickly as it came in. But you have a story. There is a history to your success. There's a pedigree. Your success is traceable. All the things you've been doing, all the action you've been taking can be traced back to some time where you were doing things, little things, big things. Nothing is too small. Every action counts. It could be big, it could be small, it could be tangible, it could be intangible, but it's moving you closer every day to that goal. And somebody that sees you and wonders, where did he come from? Where has he been? How come we didn't know him before this time? If they go and check, they'll see your history. They will know it didn't just happen. You've been at it, but they only just noticed. All right? So I have so enjoyed our discussion around overnight success. I know what we're going to do. We're going to create a playlist for this overnight success discussion. In the same vein, we'll create a playlist for the discussions we had around the practices that can help us get closer to our goals when we don't know what to do about what we want. And yes, I believe that just as I have been impacted by these discussions, you have been too. And if that's the case, please come back again so that we continue to have these discussions around growth, development, and just knowing better and being better. Remember, you're the sponsor, so like if you haven't already, subscribe if you're yet to, turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any discussion, and share so that others get to know what we know here. All right? Till I see you again, same time next time. Adios.